Tottenham 3, Manchester United 5. Tottenham 3, West Ham 3. Dynamo Zagreb 3, Tottenham 2. Arsenal 5, Tottenham 2. Lasagna Gate, a handball in a UCL final. And now Brighton 3, Tottenham 2. These are just a small portion of games and moments that fans and also rivals have defined as Spursy. And against Brighton at the weekend, this was the epitome of the word Spursy. A first half of brilliance followed by a second half of absolute dross. But why is this? Why do Spurs have this hoodoo that seems to hang over their head? Who's at fault for it? Is it obviously Daniel Levy? So today on the Sunny Talk Spurs YouTube channel, I'm going to be asking how Ange Postecoglou can fix Tottenham Hotspur. And if you are new to the Sunny Talk Spurs YouTube channel, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell and leave your comments down below about what you think of the video. As I said there in the intro, it's just one of those things that we Spurs fans are just getting too used to. Even against Brighton, I'm sitting there, you watch one half of absolutely spectacular football, and then you just served up a second half that you just know that third goal's going in, don't you? We've seen the scripts. I've read out the games to you already where this has happened so many times in our history. And quite frankly, I think us Spurs fans are sick of it. We can't get our heads around it. Why are we like this? But Ange Postecoglou, like many before him, are trying to fix this issue, trying to sort this football club out and get it where it is supposed to be. So before I go any further, I just want to play you Ange Postecoglou's reaction to the game, because obviously he summed that game up as one of the worst, if not the worst, of his Spurs career so far. And what I want to do as well is play you a few other clips of other pundits and fans and other creators who have had their opinion and say on Spurs in the last few days.
You know, I'm sure that the players are disappointed, but I don't really care about that. They should be disappointed. The supporters will be disappointed. I'm disappointed, but I want them to understand disappointment is not about losing a game of football, because that happens. The disappointment comes from us not doing, the very basics of what's expected when you're, at the highest level from a competitive standpoint. We didn't do what you need to do at this level. It's kind of non-negotiable. We just weren't competitive, We didn't win our duels. We lacked intensity. We kind of didn't deliver the things you need to at this level as the basics of the game, and we paid a price for it. Substitutions and all those kind of things. If you're not competitive, it doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to get rewards. You don't deserve to win. So we didn't deserve on our second half performance, irrespective of subs or anything else, to get something out of the game. And I think if you do get something out of the game, then you're falsely rewarded, and I don't want to get falsely rewarded.
Do you think Ange's Tottenham is going places compared to Conte's Tottenham or Mourinho's Tottenham, Simon?
Well, I think that Postecoglou's Tottenham is representative of a collective. I think Conte's Tottenham was about Conte. It was all about Conte and what he wanted and what he didn't get. So it didn't become about Conte's Tottenham. It became about Conte, and a bit more Conte. Whereas with Postecoglou, you've got a chance that maybe you might win something with him. Because if you've got your Rangers getting into, with due respect, to a Europa League final, if you put Tottenham against Eintracht Frankfurt, I bet you Tottenham would win that final. They've got better players.
That's somewhat hypothetical, Mr. Jordan.
But I'm talking about competitions they can win. Can they win the Premier League under Ange Postecoglou? No.
But I think the manager has to realise that there's a balance to be had. Like if you look at Arsenal, the way that they play, I'm going to mention this. I'm talking about this, the Thames Barrier. They retreat to the edge of their own box.
They do now, Martin.
They're under the cosh.
They do now. They didn't when they choked in the season. They should have won the Premier League.
Spurs don't do that. Spurs
Not
don't
now,
do that.
they don't, no.
You have to recognise that in any game of football, you're only going to have possession.
I have to say, people are amazed that you're bringing Arsenal into this discussion
because
there's another Tottenham fan.
Not learning,
is
Martin
not forgetting how long it's taken Arteta to build this Arsenal team?
Well, how long has it been to build
then he says
a
very
Spurs
politely,
team?
"Shut up,
14
Martin.
months.
You're an Arsenal cheerleader."
No, it's
14 months. 2008
was the last trophy. No,
him said that.
Yeah, but we're talking about Postecoglou, not Spurs.
Yeah, but we're talking about a football club changing a culture.
And we're talking about your club having won a league for 20 years. So shut up.
Yeah, but we've won trophies.
An FA Cup.
We're winning
Fantastic.
football matches.
Fantastic.
I'm talking about there's no balance in his team. That's all he.
And
If
I
he
agree
can,
with
if
you.
he strikes a balance,
with
they
that.
can be successful. But the
I agree
manager
with
has
you.
to step out of his ego and say, right, okay, we haven't got to win this 6-0. We just need to win it 2-0.
I think you're probably
Okay.
right.
You know, what the question would be, which of the two has got more in the bank? You can make an argument for both of them, obviously.
Yeah.
But both clubs are kind of struggling at this moment in time, but they both need different things.
Yeah.
And by that I mean Spurs need a trophy, right?
Yeah.
And Manchester United need top 4.
Ah, that is ironic. In fact, I'll elevate it then. Gabby, do Man United improve under Ange Postecoglou?
Oh, 100%.
You think so?
Oh, wow.
Definitely.
If Ange Postecoglou was a manager of Manchester United, they'll be in the top 4 this season. No doubt.
Yeah?
Because they lack organisation, they lack an identity, they lack a style of play, they lack phases of play when you watch them. They don't look like a team that have been coached on the training ground.
Mm-hmm.
Spurs know what they're doing. Get it into your number 10s, get it out to your winger. Number 10s make their runs into the box. They're a joy to watch.
Yeah.
Manchester United's a bit like, okay, then sort of managers, old school managers maybe I played under, go out there and do your jobs today, lads.
Yeah.
That sort of manager where you can see Ange Postecoglou would go to Manchester United and he'd have an identity,
Yeah.
a style of play.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll say it again, and I'll even admit it hurts me to say it. A big Angie Celtic team were easy in the eye. They were a great watch.
Yeah.
Score goals, attack. I knew what they were doing. You know, Spurs, in many ways, are the same. They need to tighten up at the back. They need to get themselves sorted out at the back. But his teams are really watchable.
Yeah.
Really
they are.
watchable.
Great for the neutral.
Yeah.
He could have easily played on it against Brighton, Basuma and Sarr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Brighton are a good team. Let's worry about them. He's like, no. I'll play Benson, Cole, Madison,
Yeah.
and
Go and
Kulusevski.
have a go.
That's only a couple of managers in the Premier League will play that attacking.
Yeah.
Hey, Kulusevski's looking good now
Yes,
as well.
very
It is,
good.
but that's agony for Spurs fans on the back of your point because sometimes they just want to see it's just the way we play, mate. They want to see the plan B, don't they? No, I asked Gabby. Would Man United improve under Ange? Would Spurs win a trophy under Ten Hag?
I'm not sure.
Maybe
not
that's
sure.
quite telling then.
I'm not sure. Again, contradicting myself. I think Spurs have got a better opportunity to win a trophy with Postecoglou than they would have Ten Hag.
Wow.
And the irony of me saying that, because Ten Hag's won 2 trophies with Manchester United, isn't lost on me.
Yeah.
But that's just the way I feel.
That's huge. That's massive. So to finish the debate then, which has been thoroughly entertaining, enjoyed it. Where are you? Who has more credit in the bank? Have you flipped? Which is fine. That's okay.
Am I allowed to flip?
Of course you are.
Ange. Just consider
In the corner of his mouth.
Consider me flipped.
Gabby?
But Ange needs to win a trophy.
Yeah.
And after his comments saying that he wins a trophy in his second or third season, he has to win one this season.
Yeah. But for you, Ange, more credit in the bank.
I think Ange's credit in the bank. I think Ten Hag's got nothing in the bank.
Yeah.
Not credit. He's got
broke.
minus credit.
Yeah.
You know, a right range of opinions there, and it's not surprising. You know, when I look at what Spurs is and what Spurs is trying to be, I just can't get my head around it. It is still one of those things where after a couple of days, it is still just very confusing. Like, we have a game against Manchester United where we put them to the sword, and many will say Manchester United are in an absolute disaster and crisis state at current and at the moment. But Spurs are hoping to head in a certain direction. We know what we want, and we want success. We want a trophy. We want consistent football. But at the moment, in Ange Postecoglou's second season, it's very up and down. It is quite literally a roller coaster of emotions. You know, against Brighton, we looked absolutely terrific. And then you just have a second half where they basically poo-poo the bed. And I just can't understand why it's still happening. Why under different managers, different players, there's still an aura around Spurs of negativity, of we're going to bottle it. You know, we were the original bottlers. It's just not really becoming a surprise anymore. The more you go into different games, different fixtures, we just seem to hit a brick wall every time. And obviously I'm a massive fan of Ange Postecoglou. I like what he wants to achieve. I agree with a lot of the comments he says about changing the mentality of this football club, and I don't really sign up to a lot of this negativity of plan B and stuff like that. He's trying to sort out his plan A before he gets to a plan B, but there's just issues, and I can't really sum up what those issues are, because we obviously know the on-field issues are, set pieces, certain defensive structures, not being able to put games to bed. But this whole issue around Spursiness and what it means, can we shift our mentality? Can we act like a big team? Because all well and good wanting to be a big team. Everton want to be a big team. Newcastle want to be a big team. Teams that have a nice bit of history, but not as rich as, say, your Arsenals, your Liverpools and Manchester Uniteds. But to be a big team, you've got to do a number of things. Daniel Levy's got to invest more. Really got to sort of loosen those shackles on the club. We've got to really operate at that higher level, and I just don't think at the moment we're going to be doing that. We still needed a lot of work done in the summer. It just didn't happen. But it gets frustrating as a Spurs fan because you want to go to that next level under this manager. I think the majority of Spurs fans love Ange Postecoglou. They love what he's doing, but there just doesn't seem to be the wholeheartedness to all be pulling in the same direction. Maybe the players are, maybe the manager is, but are the ownership? And until that happens, I can't see Spurs. I feel like we're just going to be treading water. Could we get top four? Not, we will get top four. So it does become a frustrating argument all the time of how can Spurs change? Because over the 20 years of Levy's tenure, it hasn't changed. We've won one trophy in that time. We've had moments, but we haven't really got over the line. Remember a few other games. Remember the Battle of the Bridge. It seems to just crop up all the time, and I just can't put my finger on it. You're going to have to let me know in the comments down below. What do you define as Spursiness? Are we ever going to shake the hoodoo? Is it just going to be an issue for years to come? And can Ange Postecoglou actually fix it? Because a lot of people, rival fans in particular, don't think he can. Next big fixture against West Ham. What's going to happen? I do not know. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to air my opinions after the dust has settled slightly. But as I say, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to let you know when I've gone live. And until next time, I'll see you guys then. Ciao.